Lysosomes are small membrane-bound organelles that are enclosed in a single lipid bilayer membrane. This helps to maintain an acidic environment. They are mostly found in animal cells, but there are a couple rare exceptions where they can be found in plant cells. Inside of a lysosome, there are protein pumps that help to maintain the pH level to provide a proper environment for the hydrolytic enzymes so they don't accidentally leak. The main function of a lysosome is to break down lipids, carbs, proteins, and nucleic acids. After these have been broken down, they are taken back to the cytoplasm to be recycled. They also can serve other purposes like exocytosis and programmed cell death. Exocytosis is the release of enzymes outside the cell in programmed cell death, also known as apoptosis. This happens when lysosomes rupture and release enzymes into the cell to break it down. They use ATP to power proton pumps that is used to maintain the acidic environment.
Peroxisomes are also small, membrane-bound organelles and are structured much like lysosomes with a single phospholipid bilayer. Peroxisomes also contain enzymes that help to break down alcohol and other toxins by neutralizing H2O2, also known as hydrogen peroxide. Peroxisomes use oxygen for oxidation synthesis. To recap, peroxisomes function to metabolize and detox within the cell, using oxygen to break down fatty acids and other harmful materials within the cell, producing safer byproducts that the cell can use to rebuild and energize.
Vote for us! Vote for us! So, why vote for lysosomes and peroxisomes? The first and likely one of the most important reasons is that lysosomes and peroxisomes function to keep the cell alive and healthy by preventing the buildup of toxins and breaking down hazardous materials into their building blocks to be recycled into energy and structure for the cell. The second most important reason is protecting the cell against infection. Lysosomes destroy unwanted intruders like viruses and bacteria when they enter the cell, while peroxisomes prevent the cell from oxidative stress caused by toxins, preventing the cell from premature death. Possibly the most important reason to vote for the lysosomes and peroxisomes is that other organelles greatly depend on us. Mitochondria needs peroxisomes to provide fatty acids to produce energy, while lysosomes recycle amino acids so they can rebuild into proteins in the ER and ribosomes.
In the cell, different parts work together to ensure everything runs smoothly. While we often talk about the nucleus, ribosomes, and cell membrane as essential components, it's important to remember they all rely on lysosomes and peroxisomes to function properly. And while these other organelles are crucial, the truth is they wouldn't work on their own without the help of lysosomes and peroxisomes. The nucleus is widely regarded as the control center of the cell, housing the DNA and managing gene activity. But here's the catch. Without lysosomes and peroxisomes to clean up damaged proteins and remove toxins, the DNA inside the nucleus would suffer. This would cause the nucleus to become less effective and the cell itself could eventually die. It's clear that the nucleus can't perform its role without this support. Ribosomes' responsibility for protein synthesis also depend on lysosomes and peroxisomes. Lysosomes break down old proteins into amino acids, which are recycled by ribosomes to create new proteins. Meanwhile, peroxisomes help detoxify the cell by managing oxidative stress. Without lysosomes and peroxisomes handling this cleanup, ribosomes wouldn't have the resources they need, leading to faulty protein production and dysfunction. The cell membrane keeps everything inside the cell safe and regulates what enters and exits. However, it's not immune to stress. If lysosomes and peroxisomes didn't break down waste products and neutralize toxins, harmful materials would build up, and the cell membrane would eventually fail to protect the cell. In the end, the cell will be at risk of dying. While the nucleus, ribosomes, and cell membrane are vital parts of the cell, they can't do their jobs without lysosomes and peroxisomes. So it's not just about these organelles standing alone, they are all interconnected. In other words, you can't just vote for one part of the cell to function. Everything relies on teamwork, and without lysosomes and peroxisomes, none of them could thrive.
Just vote. Just vote. Just vote.